I don't know if I'm doing this right. What am I talking about? Just like life. Don't know if I'm doing it right. Everything I'm doing these days, I'm like, is this thing on? Am I here? Is this right? I started the dating app saga that I'm going to be talking to you guys about on our Wednesday episode of Live at the Roxy. I just don't know. I just don't know how I just don't know. I don't know. But what I do know is that I'm doing well. So I don't know if I'm doing right, but I do know I'm doing well. And so first I'm doing well in so many years that I care so much more about that than if I'm doing it right. It's bizarro. Like I'm always questioning, am I doing this right? And recently I just kind of am like, I don't know, but if I'm doing this happy, then it can't be wrong. I don't know that it's right, but it can't be wrong. Today's a good day. It's Sunday. No Sunday scaries allowed. It's Sunday. Tomorrow's Monday. And we're live. Because if you're watching this, you're definitely here. And that's fucking cool. Welcome back to Live with the Roxy on this Sunday, January 16th. I'm only going to be here for a little bit because I have another show to do with the World Girls. It is Betty White's birthday party tonight. It's her actual birthday tomorrow, which is why we'll be live until 9 p.m. Pacific, which is midnight Eastern, which is officially the 100th birthday of Betty White, and she is not here to celebrate it, so we have to rage extra hard for our girl BW. What is Betty White's middle name? Maybe that will be on trivia on the show tonight. Who knows? So I'll only be here for a little bit, but Streamlabs in, Super Chat in, getting your questions, comments, concerns. A few things I want to talk about on today's show. Number one, Tiffany Haddish got a DUI over the weekend, and I was floored with how the internet received it. I've never really seen anything quite like this, and I want to talk to you guys about it because I'm curious your thoughts. Number two, I want to know from you guys who, don't Google this, don't lie, who knew about the hostage situation that was going on in Texas yesterday? By a show of bunnies, who knew about the hostage situation? We'll talk about that. Also, I want to give some life advice about not making more problems for yourself than need be, and talk to you guys about anything going on with you. So streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer, super chat in. Let me know your shit. Kathy Ann sent bunnies. Muhammad sent bunnies. Chelsea sent bunnies. Howard sent bunnies. It was just interesting how many of my friends had no idea. And if you don't know, then I think that it's not necessarily your fault. While a lot of news organizations were covering this, Jewish stories don't tend to make news the same way that other stories do. And so they go by really fast and then they're never covered again. So I'm just interested, and we will talk about it here on the show. Let's start with you guys at home, though, in the Streamlabs. See what's going on in what's good in the hood. Why is my throat like this today? Probably because I danced all night. But today, it's just like when I sing, when I talk, anything post-COVID, it's so hard for my throat. It's just so raspy all the time. So raspy. Yesterday, coming in from Lloyd Nance, said, sorry about your job, Roxy. Thanks, Lloyd, honey. Appreciate you. Yeah, that sucked. Glenn said hello and happy World Girl Sunday. I'm going to paraphrase today, Glenn. He's wishing my whole family excellentness. Happy early birthday to Betty White. He's asking how I am. I'm good. Thanks, Glenn. I appreciate that. He says I'm the best. I'm number one. And then he says everyone who's battling, thanks for doing so. And then there's a whenever, however in here. There's a deeper whenever, however. Whenever, however. Am I doing this right? I don't know. Am I doing this well? Fuck yeah, I am. Fuck yeah. Shout out to all of you guys at home. I appreciate you for being here. And shout out to Andrew Thomas, Helsing, PLD, Chelsea W., Glenn Caesar, Zeno Hour, Ryan Payne, Jake Jacobetta, Murderanta, Austin Kramer, Howard Kushlan, Kathy Ann, G. Smith, Scott Welsh, Ben Rayner, and all of the people. You guys are great. Let's talk about Tiffany Haddish. So, for those of you guys who are Tiffany Haddish fans, which, to be honest, I don't know anybody who's not a Tiffany Haddish fan at this point. Tiffany Haddish is one of the most frequently working comedians, one of the funniest comedians. She is like everywhere and doesn't annoy me that she's everywhere. She's just really fucking great. And so if you're like me, chances are that you are a big Tiffany Haddish fan. And this was, if you've been following Tiffany Haddish and what's going on in her life, you know it has been a particularly challenging time for her. She lost her grandmother and her dog. She was close with Bob Saget, and another one of her friends died as well. She is going through a breakup and has just been hit with a lot of shit recently. So when she got this DUI, it was interesting. This article from BET came out, and this is from today. It says, "Pray for Tiffany Haddish, fans support actress after DUI arrest." So typically, when somebody is arrested for a DUI, I find that the internet is like, fuck you, fuck this, fuck that. Because of the lack of injuries in this DUI, maybe it made it easier for people to pray for Tiffany Haddish. But I did think that this is just an interesting take of the internet and wanted to get your guys' thoughts on this. So she said, the article says, following reports of Tiffany Haddish's latest arrest on January 14th with the DUI charge, some fans took to Twitter to express support and sympathy for the actress comedian who recently lost her grandmother, dog, and 2 friends. One of the friends was comedian Bob Saget, who passed away on January 9th. Quote, we gon' pray for Tiffany Haddish. She recently lost her grandmother who raised her, her dog, her 2 close friends. This is coming from a Twitter fan. Somebody else responded to that. Exactly. Positive prayers to help our sister in her time of her time of life and lift her up. Love Tiffany Haddish. And there were just a ton of tweets like this. Just a ton of tweets like this. She did an interview recently with ET News, and she said that late Saget told her, "You're a strong Black woman, be that." As she broke down crying, she continued with, "Career-wise, I'm excellent. Life-wise, I'm a damn mess." This says that she's also reeling with her breakup with Common before the holiday season. Just after a year, she stated openly that she was disappointed with how the split happened, saying she read about it in the press. Haddish was arrested early Friday morning after Peachtree city police officers say she was dozing off in the driver's seat of her vehicle. That's what TMZ reported. Officers responded to a call to look out for a driver who had fallen asleep behind the wheel. They had a description of the vehicle and spotted Haddish pulling into a neighborhood. She was arrested for a DUI and improper stopping on a roadway. She posted a $1,666 bail and was released around 6:30 a.m. She's currently in Georgia filming the Disney movie Haunted Mansion with Owen Wilson and Rosario Dawson. What do you guys think about the internet kind of rallying around her during this time? I feel conflicted because while I love Tiffany Haddish, she is going through a lot. And I do appreciate people looking at the situation, seeing that there was nobody who was killed, although they very well could have been. And they are rallying around her and hoping she's okay. But at the same time, you guys know we talk about it on the show all the time. Like, I've done some really fucked up things in my past. And I'm constantly trying to be the best me that I can be. Drinking and driving is not one of those things, but I have other things that I would not do today. So I'm not saying that somebody who does this can't grow. Of course they can, and they should, and many people do. But what I am saying is this is where she currently is, to just accept that she did this and say she's in our prayers, I don't think is okay. I think we need to not be okay with the fact that she is drinking and driving. I think that's, and for everybody, the lesson out there is not, if you're going through a hard time and you're drinking and driving, the world should send you prayers. It's that she's so fucking lucky she didn't end up dead herself or hurt somebody or kill somebody. And at this day and age, especially with celebrities, we do have to hold them to a higher standard. There's a lot of people who've gotten DUIs in the past, a lot of celebrities, a lot of my friends. Some of my friends have gotten 2. And it's fucking horrible. It's fucking horrible. But nothing that's going on in your life gives you permission to get drunk and get behind the wheel of a car. And I hope she gets the help that she needs because clearly she does right now. And I will continue to root for her and I'll continue to be a fan of hers. But what she's doing right now is not okay. And you can't do that. And especially with our celebrities who are rich, who have all the money in the world and can Uber wherever the fuck they want or get a car or a service. It's just really not okay. It's not okay. You can't put people's life at risk because you're going through a hard time. And yeah, I think that you can be sad for somebody, you can keep them in your prayers, and you can want the best for them and root for them while also acknowledging what they did is not fucking okay. And a lot of these tweets don't say that. They just say like, Tiffany Haddish is a queen. We love her, and we're praying that she gets, and we're praying that we're keeping her in our prayers. We love you, Tiffany. And it's like, I think that is right, but the second sentiment needs to be, and we need you to do better than risking other people's life. So I hope she does take accountability and moves forward in a way that she doesn't do this again, and that we can all stay behind Tiffany Haddish. And yeah, it was sad to read because I'm just such a fan of hers, and all of the tweets that usually come out condemn somebody, and I don't think we should do that either. But this was like so far in the other direction. I thought it was interesting. What do you guys think? Streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer. Super chat in. Let me know. Questions, comments, concerns, thoughts on this and anything else that is going on. I just wanted to talk about this because it was a really interesting reaction to somebody who we all love, but just a fascinating reaction. In the Streamlabs, Katie Goodwich says, "Sorry I haven't been around. We miss you, Katie. To be honest, somehow I've just fallen down the TikTok spiral and I don't make it onto YouTube much." I hear you. Well, hopefully then you're following me on TikTok because I have been doing some TikTok shit recently. Also, this winter is just like all brain fog all the time. I get that, especially post-COVID. My brain fog is so real. Tired down to my soul. Oh, my girl. But just wanted to pop in and say hi. Love you. We're so happy to have you here. Always try to pop in when you can. We miss you. And I'm sorry that you're tired down to your soul. I hope things are going well. Otherwise, let us know how it is. John Lestrina family in the Streamlabs says, "Nothing sadder than locking a beast in a cage." Dominic Toretto. Is there anything sadder than that? I could think of a few things, but I think that's a fair Dominic Toretto quote. Okay. Okay, John. Okay, family. Let's talk a little bit about the Jewish hostage situation yesterday. Just for anybody who doesn't know, at a congregation in Texas, Congregation Beth Israel, there was a hostage situation yesterday that I was following for the whole day. I'm sure a lot of you guys were too. By the way, the Patriots game sucked yesterday. This hostage situation sucked yesterday. Yesterday was like, and one of those things matters and the other one doesn't. I understand, but still, yesterday was just like, now you're coming from for the Jews and the Boston people. There were 4 Jewish hostages, including a rabbi yesterday, and they were taking hostage during the congregation, and it was really scary. We didn't know what was going to happen. We didn't know seeing place at first. I could barely find coverage of this. The only people I knew were covering it were my Jewish friends, a couple of the Jewish people I follow. And then it got a lot more publicity, but still my friends who are not Jewish were not talking about it, weren't hearing about it, weren't seeing it really much. And luckily all 4 of the hostages survived, but it was a fucking wild, scary situation. And it was really stressful and confusing and concerning because every time something like this happens, I feel like that the Jews are just not rallied behind like other people are, and it's tough. So this is what the New York Times had to say, that the hostages were rescued safely and the suspect died in the Texas synagogue standoff. That's always a frustrating thing too, because like we want answers and then some of the answers we'll never get. This speculates on some of the things that they think happened. This says the police on Saturday night rescued a rabbi and several hostages who had been held by a man who claimed to have weapons and explosives at a synagogue in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, ending a tense 11-hour standoff. Prayers answered, said Governor Greg Abbott of Texas on Twitter. The standoff was over in the suburb of Colleyville. All hostages are out alive and safe. Then it says that that he and other authorities declined to identify the man or say how he had died. They did not make clear any weapons had been recovered. Some news anchors that were outside said they heard a loud bang before the people were recovered. So that sounds like we can guess what happened there. This also says about 200 local, state, and federal law enforcement officers had converged on the synagogue and an FBI team, which is great that everybody was taking this so seriously at the time. And then it says the Texas Department of Public Safety said the man had demanded to see his sister, who may not actually be related to him and who is currently in the U.S. federal custody for terroristic events in Afghanistan. The man claims he and his sisters will be going to, I think you say Jannah, which is Muslim belief of heaven, after he sees her. The congregation had been holding a service at 10 a.m. It was being live streamed on its Facebook page when the police said they were called at 10:41 a.m. You guys, there are a few frustrating things. I saw kind of a crazy statistic the other day that I've talked about statistics like this in the past, but I'm pretty sure I took a screenshot of the exact numbers. Yeah. So we make up less than 1% of the world, but as I've told you guys, we make up about 2% of the United States population. Jews do. And so 2% of the United States population and 58% of U.S. religiously motivated hate crime targets are Jews. We're 2% of the population, but 58% of the hate crimes. How is that possible? And so stories like this don't typically get as publicized as this one was. And then they're just forgotten about so quickly. And it's crazy. It's crazy that there's so few of us and still so much hate towards us. And luckily, all 4 of the hostages made it out alive, but obviously that could have turned out very differently. And over what? For what? For what? And so if you think about that we're 58% of the U.S. religiously motivated hate crime targets. If you think about that stat really, and then think about how little you guys hear about the hate crimes on Jews. I know that I talk about them all the time on the show, but in the news, do you feel like you're hearing about it more than half the time? Because it's more than half the crimes. So if you're not, then where the fuck's the coverage on that? And where does this go? And I feel like we continue to put a Band-Aid on a situation that needs surgery, because we can say like Abbott can say things like, amazing ending to the story. All 4 of the hostages were rescued and are alive. But where is the next step, which is how do we make it so that Jews stop, so that this stops happening? How do we make it so that we're not looking for brownie points when Jews are rescued, but we're preventing Jews from being fucking held hostage? How do we do that? And where are those conversations? So, yeah, Jake says, sadly, most of the time I only hear about them when you talk about them. I know, and that's one of the things that I am constantly talking about. And I know it gets annoying. And it's like, do you really want to spend your Sunday hearing Roxy talk about how the Jews are being held hostage? Probably not. I don't think any of us want to spend our Sundays like that. But it is frustrating because I know if I don't talk about it, I'm going to say 90% of the people who I hear talk about Jewish issues are Jews. And I'm one of the only Jews you guys know. And I'm one of the only Jews that you guys know with a public platform. And so if I don't talk about it, then what? Then you guys just don't hear about it. So it's always like I'm stuck in a bind, because do I really want to fucking be talking about this on a Sunday when I'm telling you guys like life. I love it. And we're talking about entertainment news and shit. No, but if I don't, then y'all don't know about it. And if you don't know about it, you can't help. And I know you guys do help because you know about it because you guys are good people and you're the rock stars. So anyway, stuck in that cycle. Just wanted to talk to you guys about that a little bit. Streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer, super chat in. I would say, let me know your opinions on what I just talked about, but I'm pretty sure I know your guys' opinions are fuck that, and we need to treat the Jews better. So, but let me know if you have other thoughts. Glenn Caesar in the Streamlabs says, as someone whose mother was in a DWI, this is tough. Going back to the Tiffany Haddish situation. My mother was hit by a drunk driver who almost killed her and her best friend. Again, I'm glad that no one was hurt in this DUI, but it still sucks that Tiffany Haddish made the choice to drink and drive. Does suck. That sucks. I agree. He then says, may you imagine lots of golden sparkles of love flowing into you, especially your throat and chest. Yeah, I need that. As you breathe in and breathe out all the yucky energies. I hope lots of yellow sparkles and green sparkles fill us, Roxy and Rockstars, for happiness, joy, and healing. Thanks, Glenn. Send in any last minute Streamlabs. I'm getting out of here really soon. Glenn also says that I am kind, caring, full, unique. I'm good people. My story is important, deserves to be seen and heard. He calls me a cozy fire and says that he hopes I live in serenity. And I see him feel the green and yellow energies today, tomorrow, and beyond. Thank you, Glenn, my dear. Appreciate you. So one of the last things I wanted to talk about is the fact that it is a little bit of Roxy's advice corner about not creating more problems for yourself. I think we're doing a lot of overthinking these days. And some of us who are like all of a sudden like questioning our relationships, should I be with this person? I need to know right now. Otherwise I need to break up with them. Or some of us are questioning our job. Should I quit my job? I need to quit my job right now. My job doesn't make me happy. And I'm not saying stay in a relationship that doesn't make you happy or stay at a job that doesn't make you happy. But I'm also saying that I think that this is a lot of people are not fully well right now. And so let's not create more issues for ourselves, right? Like, do not quit your job only for in a week from now to be like, fuck, I have no money. Now I cannot eat and I cannot live. Because then you created a situation in which that's where you ended up. Leave your job when you have another job prospect or a job on the line. You got to make sure to take care of yourself. If you're in a fight with your significant other or there's something wrong and you're not feeling great right now, who is saying that you need to break up with somebody this second? Take a little bit of time. I wouldn't fucking overthink or overanalyze. Don't kill yourself into I need to make this decision by this date. Just live in the moment, see how things are going, and the what you should do will come to you. There's just so many of my friends right now who are not making short-term goals, but making short-term decisions that are making things worse for them later. And like they're stressing themselves out because like, is this my life partner? Should I stay with this person? I don't know. Is this the person that I'm going to end up with? And it's like, maybe just live in it for a second. Or people who are like, is this the right job for me? I don't know if this is the right job for me. Or should I get back with my ex or what? Like, just take a second, take your time, make sure everything is okay. Don't overthink it. Try to just live, be in the moment, and things will come. Things will happen. A lot of rash decisions going on right now. And we actually don't need to make those decisions a second. You'll know. Trust your gut. You'll know. And don't make worse problems for yourself. Streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer. Jimmy Nail says, restorative justice is the way. And the first step towards restorative justice is empathy. I agree with that. I agree with that. Did I say something, Jimmy, that made you think that I don't feel that way? Because I do. Yeah, I do. All right, my friends, we are getting out of here. I will be live at 7 o'clock for Betty White's birthday party on The World Girls, youtube.com/The World Girls. I hope you guys come over there and celebrate good times. Come on, with us. Before I get out of here, any last minute Streamlabs rolling through. Scott Welch just said, hi, Roxy. Hope you're doing good. I am, Scott. Thanks. Just want to say thank you for always making Tuesday fun on SEN. You're welcome. I only get another 2 more Tuesdays of doing that. So hopefully they're fun. You always killed at hosting, and your games were a real game changer. Thanks. I hope that people like them. Now that I won't be doing them over there, maybe I can bring some of them over here. We will see. We will see. Oh, Mark Jason Ollie wants to know if his Streamlabs came through on Monday. On Monday? On Monday? Like last week? Oh, Friday, not Monday. Let me look. Oh yeah. Thank you, Mark Jason Ali. Big support. He said, here's some support. Hope you're doing well. Sorry about SEM. Is Twitch to blame? Thanks. I appreciate it. I don't know. Because I'm not a producer on that show, even though I produce the game segments and stuff. I don't know what's to blame. I liked doing it better on YouTube, but I don't know, maybe it did better for them on Twitch, or maybe it didn't. I really have no idea. I'm not privy to that information. Thank you for the support. I really appreciate that. That shows me that Mike K also said something yesterday, or on Friday. He said, so all I have to ask, the one time you had sex in 2021, was it at least good? LOL. Yeah. Yeah. I think it felt better at the time because it had been so long, but looking back, it was fine. It was fine. Thanks for asking, Mike K. Appreciate it. All right, friends. So much love. I'll see you tonight. Stay safe, stay sane. Put down the toilet seat and lid. We don't want those perflumes. Make your bed. Don't trauma with the Holocaust. I'm just going to keep saying it. Brett, Miles, Jonathan arrest the cops who killed Breonna Taylor. All 3 of them. And happy almost birthday to Betty White. Come celebrate that with us tonight. So much love. And I will see you tonight for the World Girls. And tomorrow, if you're in St. Louis, you'll hear me on the radio in the morning. And then after that, I'll be here for the show live at the Roxy. Peace. Later, friends.